On the National Mall in Washington, the number of participants is swelling for Reverend Al Sharpton's rally and March for Jobs and Justice. Reverend Sharpton will be speaking at that rally just a few minutes from now, where he's expected to talk about his support for President Obama's jobs bill. Joining me live from the National Mall once again, Todd Johnson, correspondent for thegrio.com. And with another good day, what's the latest from there? I have to say it's a gorgeous day. That's got to work well in everyone's favor.
Alex, it is gorgeous, and interestingly enough, just minutes before our air here, members of Occupy D.C. made their way through the monument and kind of through the crowd, chanting and almost joining forces with the people that are gathered here today. I tried to talk quickly with some of the people in the procession, and they echoed some of the same sentiments that people already here said to me earlier this morning, and that this makes sense for them to be here, united with the group here because of Dr. King's legacy. Again, I think the theme of today and the theme of all of the media and press leading up to today and tomorrow is that Dr. King's legacy, again, is more than I have a dream, more than just an activist for racial equality, but an activist for the issues that are still very much relevant today: a living wage, the expansion of the middle class, respect for those who provide the services that really keep this country going. So you'll see Occupy D.C. members join forces with folks here later today as they march to the MLK Monument.
Yeah, that's interesting. So with the Occupy D.C. folks, because as you know, Todd, that it's been difficult to really give a singular message from all these global protests. I mean, it's talking about the economic malaise, lack of jobs, the haves versus the have-nots, any number of issues. But you get a sense they're all very unified, like, let's get jobs going. That's the strategy today.
It's definitely the strategy today. In fact, some of the speakers have said just that. We want jobs now. We want justice now. And you've heard that from Occupy D.C., Occupy Wall Street, Occupy Chicago, whatever the case may be. That's the message. It's been unified if it does not include several of the issues you just raised. Again, to bring it back to Dr. King's legacy, something that's important. A month before he was assassinated, he spoke about folks who were not being respected and were not earning enough money to even earn or make a living. He said, what does it profit a man to be able to sit and eat at an integrated lunch counter if that man cannot afford to buy a hamburger or a cup of coffee? So these images, this rhetoric is going to be, throughout the day. And when Reverend Sharpton takes the podium in just a few minutes, I'm sure he will make references to that same theme as well.
That statement makes a lot of sense. Todd Johnson, thanks so much. We're going to hear from the Reverend Al Sharpton, the main organizer of the march and host of Politics Nation on MSNBC. It's coming up about 12:30 Eastern Time. Granted, it's a live event, everyone, so just stay with us. So we'll take you there when he begins to speak to the people at that rally.